Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. My name is Richard Briggs. I'm Knox County Commissioner, District 5 for this district. My address is 2235 Breakwater Drive. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you and the new alderman, and also just make a comment that I personally am very grateful for all the years that Eddie Ford gave as mayor to this community. He was always very gracious to me, and my wife and I wish him and his family the best in the future. And we wish you and the alderman the best of luck with your new job, too. It is an undertaking, and it is a service to the community, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
What I really wanted to speak about tonight deals with the redistricting. As you recall, on the November ballot, there was an item that passed that will reduce the size of the county commission from 19 commissioners to 11 commissioners. There'll be one commissioner from each of the commission districts and 2 at large. The reason that this concerns Farragut in the 5th District is in the past we've had 3 commissioners and we've been roughly a third larger than any of the other districts. What will need to occur is that there'll be some of the precincts in the 5th District will need to go to another district in order to balance out the size of the districts. By state law, each district must be within 10% of all the other districts in their representation to avoid any disenfranchisement of any of the voters. The guidelines that have been suggested by the Knox County Election Commission is that we try to keep the precincts intact when we move those. It saves a lot of money for the county so that they don't have to reissue cards, they don't have to re-educate people on where they go to vote. So what they're going to try to do when they do the redistricting is move entire precincts. The way the process is occurring is that the chairman of the county commission has appointed a committee of 5 to handle this process. There's 2 commissioners and then there's 3 citizens. One is Lloyd Daugherty, who is, I think lives out in this area. We have 2 of the county commissioners. There's a gentleman from the University of Tennessee's geography department and then someone from the Howard Baker Center from Government. Any citizen and any person can submit a plan on the redistricting, and then it'll be reviewed by this redistricting committee, and then it'll finally go to the county commission for review and approval. I know that one of the plans that's going to be submitted will take the 66 North, that's the Farragut North District, and move that into the 6th District. And what that would mean is that half of Farragut will sit in the 5th and half will sit in the 6th District. I think it's up to the Farragut community and also this Board of Aldermen to decide how I would like your direction and guidance on how you feel about this. It would seem to me that what this may do is dilute Farragut's voice at the county level. Farragut pays an awful lot of taxes to the county, and I think that, and I include myself in this, I think that we deserve to have a major say in how we're represented down there. Just for your information, the 6th District extends over to Powell, and so it would it would put the north part of Farragut, the 66 North, Farragut North precinct in there. I've looked at how these precincts work, and there's other alternatives. Just to give you an idea, I wish I'd brought a map of Knox County with me. But part of the 5th District extends all the way over to downtown west, almost to West Town Mall. Then it goes north of the interstate in the Gallagher View area. It follows up Cedar Bluff, both east and west, and then there's actually part of it that goes up north of Middlebrook Pike. And just trying to think of something that is logical, it would seem to me that that area would have more in common with the 6th District, particularly that part north. And if you look at the precincts that are up there, I think we could probably move those over rather than splitting Farragut. I have to admit I've become a little bit cynical after being down there for about 15 months, is that I sometimes wonder, is this a logical proposal they're making to split Farragut, or is there something else there? But I won't go any further with that.
Do you have can you get the stats on what percentage of the county property tax is paid by Farragut?
I can tell you what it is. It's about, well, I don't know just about Farragut. I do know that I could probably find that by precinct, but I do know that the 5th District pays about $55 million in taxes to the county. The 4th district, which is really the district that goes down North Shore, Whittington Creek, some of those areas there, that's the 2nd highest. It pays $29 million in taxes. After that, you can take any other 3 districts and add them together, and they do not equal what we pay.
Dr. Briggs, I totally agree with you, and I would do everything we can to keep Farragut intact, as the North and the South together. So whatever you suggest that we do or that we can help to keep it that way, please let us know.
I tell you what I would like to do, and I'll keep it very brief because I know you always have a very big agenda and we don't want to stay here any later than we have to at night. But there's going to be another meeting of the redistricting committee the first part of May, and we may have a better idea about how that works. Now, everything has to shift. Even though they're put one of these precincts into the 6th, the 6th has to give up 2,500 voters. It moves everything, on around. This is, I know that Sequoia Hills is going to be put in the South, probably be put in the South Knoxville district, and that's not making the South Knoxville people happy nor the Sequoia Hills people happy either. So a lot of this has to be worked out. I don't want to get involved in that part, but what I would like to do is, after we have some of these meetings, is to return and give you a report on what's going on, and to let you know that that I'm there to represent Farragut's interest, and we'll do what we can to keep this intact.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
About how many people are in each district or precinct?
It'll be roughly about 45,000 to 47,000 people. The estimated, we're doing this redistricting. The districts that we have now were based on the 2000 census. And this redistricting is occurring because we have an election in 2010. We will not have the data yet from the 2010 census, but it's estimated that the county has roughly 425,000 people now.
Dr. Briggs, can I ask, for the audience benefit and for everybody watching, who currently represents the 6th district?
The 6th district is represented by Commissioner Greg Lambert, and by Brad Anders.
Mr. Palmer, could I ask, in your position as administrator, that you stay abreast of the calendar of meetings of this committee and keep this board informed about their occurrence, and perhaps even place them on the website?
Absolutely.
I tell you, I'll be glad, and I can forward on, because I can get all of the email addresses of the Board of Aldermen and the Mayor's office, and I may just send when they're meeting down. I think in the past they've met about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's after work. And that way, at least, you can see how, if you desire to. I'll plan to be there for those.
You mentioned 45,000.
Yes.
Farragut is like 20,000. What would you recommend to come in with us if we can stay intact?
We don't really need to get anything. So we have a third too many people.
Okay.
And see, what we have to do is move a precinct, or either a large precinct or a smaller precinct out. Because right now, as I mentioned, the 5th district is the only district that has 3 commissioners. And so what we need to do is we have to move some people out. Now, we won't be gaining anything, but we're all the other districts will be gaining. And if you really averaged it out, they'll be gaining roughly 2,500 people. But that has to, even though we move part of it into the 6th district, some of that has to be passed around so it's evenly distributed. But to me, it makes sense to keep things together as a community and also geographically together. If you looked at, if they took Farragut North out, the 5th district then would be stretching all the way from north of Middlebrook Pike up by Gallagher View, by almost to Westtown Mall, in a crescent that would come all the way around with Farragut South, and then going all the way down to Choteau, which is in the 56th precinct. I meant the 66 North. It's a precinct, not a district. The 66 North and 66 South precincts. And so, to me, if you look at it geographically, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions?